Jay.
There's Ken. Can we hear Terry?
Yes, absolutely. Hey, Ken, how are you?
I'm well, Terry. How are you?
I'm fantastic, fantastic. All right. Well, we want to talk about T-shirts with you today, all right?
Absolutely. Sounds good.
All right. You know, I mentioned this earlier. Unlike screen printing and most other decoration methods, the shirt plays such a huge part in the final product. So, you know, it's really the foundation. What's that all about for us?
So first of all, I love the formula that you guys have put together because as you clearly stated, you can use any file, you can print on any shirt, you could use a paint roller for pre-treat, so on and so on. It really comes down to, you know, the details, especially when you're talking about direct-to-garment. As it relates to us, Cotton Heritage, everything we do is based on a combed ring spun garment. So the benefits you see there, in combing the cotton, you remove some of the impurities of the cotton, you align the yarns, and you get a longer thread when it's then put through the spinning process. So you're going to get a cleaner, stronger, smoother surface. So when that yarn is then knitted into a tee or into the fabric for a t-shirt, again, a much smoother process, a much smoother surface. And we will use some compacted yarns that will then give you a much better surface to print on. So you're going to get a cleaner surface to print on, giving you the detail that is, you know, there's the images, that's perfect. So if you look on the left, you're seeing an open-ended carded yarn. You'll see the loose fibers on that, comparing that to what you see on the right, combed ring spun cotton. A much cleaner, smoother surface, a stronger yarn. So then looking at the two images below, when that yarn is then knitted into the fabric, you get a much better surface to print on. So looking at the image on the left, a lot of loose roving fibers. The image on the right, a much cleaner garment, a much cleaner surface. So when you're laying down that ink, it's laying down on the fabric, not on the loose fibers that are floating above the fabric. So you get a much better, a much clearer, a longer lasting image using a combed ring spun cotton.
Yeah, you know, a lot of folks talk about with DTG, they stop right there at 100% cotton, but obviously from your description, there's a substantial difference.
Yeah, all cotton shirts, you know, once you even get to that point, all cotton shirts aren't created equal.
Exactly.
So we'll use that combed ring spun process, cleaning the fabric of any loose roving fibers. So again, works incredibly well for screen printing, but the difference when you're comparing it to some of our competitors on a direct-to-garment machine, it's amazing. It really brings out the qualities and the capabilities of that machine.
Well, you know, and that's a great point. You know, when you walk around a trade show, remember that, walking around trade shows?
I do.
There are physically people in our industry now who have never been in the industry when there was a trade show.
Right.
I mean, the last big show would have been just over a year ago.
It's a year ago now, yeah.
Exactly. And you know, everybody was so excited about it, and there's a huge show and all kinds of new things, and here we are.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What we all do, talking on video, right?
But you know, here we are, and we're all finding ways. We're doing this. You know, there are people surviving. There are people moving forward. And to be honest, from our point of view, what we're seeing, our customer base that has really, I'll say, thrived over the last year. I've got to be honest, the majority of them are DTG based.
Yeah, you know, and it has been pretty awesome in that aspect that, you know, that so many home-based businesses and internet-based businesses, this is the way to decorate. But,
yeah.
You know, what I was going to mention, though, is no matter, you know, of course, we have the Epson machines in our booth, but no matter what booth you went to, no matter what machine they were running, everybody was using your T-shirts. Why is that?
You know, my joke is, you know, our $3 T-shirt makes I'll leave the price open, makes your machine look better. You know, it is kind of the weak link. You know, if you go back to your graph, your formula, you know, if you're using tens on, you know, what you had, I think 5 or 6 categories. If you were using 4 or 5 of those at level 10 and 1 or 2 of those at level 1, you're going to get the result that you don't want to get, basically. So, you need to dial all those up to that far right-hand side of that graph to really get the true benefit.
Right.
So they use our t-shirts to demonstrate their machine because it makes their machines look as good as they can. I won't say it makes them look better. It makes them look as good as they're capable of looking.
It's going to give you the perfect platform to print on.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's funny, Ken, I have to tell you, and then brag on you a little bit, because we have so many people that walk in our booth and say, why is everybody using the same t-shirt? Who are these guys? Are they here? But well, talk to us about some of the buzzwords and about t-shirts, side seams and singles and weight. Can you kind of explain that for our attendees?
Absolutely. So we have three core fabrics, three core t-shirts in our line. We do a 30 single, 4.3 ounce. We do a 22 single, 5.5 ounce, and we'll do an 18 single, 6.5 ounce. So I think everybody understands the ounces of the garment: 4.3, 5.5, 6.5. So a lighter weight, midweight, and a heavyweight. The singles refers to the diameter, the denier of that yarn. So the lighter weight fabric's going to be knitted with a finer gauge yarn. Midweight, obviously a little thicker. The heavyweight, thicker still. The shirt that most of those people see when they're walking the trade show is that middle shirt for us. It's our MC 1082. It's a 5.5 ounce. So as far as the substrate goes, it gives you a pretty good base to print on. So you get a great base to print on, you get a great result. The heavier weight, obviously heavier. It's going to give you just a heavier weight tee. The printability on all three of them really doesn't differ much, but the heavier the garment, the more there is to print on, so the print generally comes up a little better.
Okay, super. Hey, talk to us a little bit about fleece products.
So, and before we move there, you had mentioned, Terry, side seam garments. The majority of what we do are all side seams. We do one tubular garment. That's really, if it's all about price, you're going to go and look at that tubular garment. I think a benefit of the side seam garment, specifically when you're talking about somebody that's using an Epson printer, it allows them to more quickly align that shirt on the platen. You're looking at the side seam as kind of a guide. You get those so that they're equal distance, on each side of the platen. I think it just makes the process quicker, easier, more accurate to put that shirt into the platen and move forward with printing it.
I think that also for that end user, that consumer, that they're going to look at that garment and feel like it has more value as well.
It definitely does have more value. If you look at most retail customers that we work with, they're all looking for a side seam garment. It definitely has a perceived value to it, no question. Okay. And I think specifically as it relates to direct to garment too, you're generally doing smaller runs, working with maybe a more discerning customer. So I think they are looking for that side seam garment.
Gotcha. Hey, real quickly, Ken, can you tell us just a little bit about what you're offering fleece-wise?
Our fleece program, we've really become a t-shirt manufacturer that has a great fleece program. Our fleece business throughout the fourth quarter was off the charts, and it's continuing into 2021. What sets us apart and what makes it unique, again, especially as we're talking about direct to garment, we use a cotton face. So all of our fleece is blended. Most of it, we're looking at 65-35, but it's a 3-end yarn, which means there's 3 strands of yarn. The polyester is wrapped with cotton. So it is referred to as being cotton faced. So when you're touching the garment, even if it's a blended garment, what you're touching is 100% cotton. So one, it feels good when you're touching it. It has great stretch. So when you're wearing it, putting it on, taking it off, it's not a wrestling match. It goes on and off easily. But as it relates to what we're talking about today, being a cotton-faced garment, you get great printability on it. So it prints as well as any of our 100% cotton tees would. So that cotton facing really sets it apart.
Yeah, best of both worlds, the benefits of the blended fabric and then the great surface to print on. So, hey, tell us this, if somebody goes to their local supplier, they may not find Cotton Heritage. Tell us about where people can find you.
So we are mill direct. We do not work through distributors. There are several reasons that we've chose to go that route. It obviously gives us more control. It gives us more ownership. We're better in tune with our customers. We're quicker to respond to any issues our customers may have. Every one of our garments has a little white tag on the inside side seam. If a customer has an issue, we ask them to refer to that tag, and we can, resolve the issue much quicker for them and for us. So we're mill direct. We manage our own business. We have our corporate office and warehouse is based in California. We have a warehouse in Virginia that has been up and running for about 3 to 4 years now. And most exciting for us is we're in the process. March 1st, we will open in Texas. So we will have a new location March 1st in Texas. Between those 3 warehouses, it will give us the ability to ship within 2 days, maybe 3 in some parts of the country, but we're covering 90% of the country within 2 days out of our 3 warehouses.
That's fantastic. So that's cottonherridge.com.
Cottonherridge.com, absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us today. Hope you'll be able to hang around with us for our after party, and so some of the folks can ask questions of you.